Do you take control or do you trust God to be in control? Welcome to the Daily Devo. I am Vince Miller. So today we're going to finish off what I believe to be one of the great chapters of 1 Samuel chapter 24. Remember, we began with David seeking refuge in Engedi. Saul pursues him with 3,000 soldiers. He then relieves himself in a cave that David happens to be hiding in. David spares his life. Saul spares his. And then in today's text, we're going to conclude the surprising interaction that Saul continues to have with David. It's in verse 20 through 22. Saul says, "And now, behold, I know that you shall surely be king, and that the kingdom of Israel shall be established in your hand." There's that word hand again, or power. "Swear to me, therefore, by the Lord, that you will not cut off my offspring after me, that you will not destroy my name out of my father's house." And David swore this to Saul. Then Saul went home, but David and his men went up to the stronghold. So here Saul publicly acknowledges something that everybody else has already known for years. It's that David would be the next king. But Saul has a sober moment here and asks David to grant him two requests. First, he asks that David not cut off his offspring, or in other words, when David takes the throne, he doesn't kill all his descendants, as would be typical of predecessors in these situations in the Near East. And then second, he asked that David not destroy his name out of his father's house. Kind of closely related to the first, but underscoring the preservation of his name or title or his legacy. And without hesitation, David pledged an oath to Saul, reaffirming the solemn promise he had already previously made with his son Jonathan. David's unwavering commitment, though, would later manifest his benevolent acts by providing sanctuary to one of their ancestors, Mephibosheth, which you can read about in 2 Samuel. Now, David's decision to spare Saul's life in that cave, even when it seemed like the perfect opportunity to eliminate his enemy, speaks volumes about the kind of man and leader that David aspired to be. One who was ruled by faith in God. He saw beyond his immediate need to control the situation, understanding that God controlled all things, including his future. And we are called to live lives marked by the same faith that expresses the same qualities: mercy, grace, and not vengeance. Mercy and grace, not vengeance. You know, in the story, we catch a little small glimpse of the gospel, don't we? David's faith in God resulted in the salvation of himself, his 600 men who were in the cave, Saul as well, and his 3,000 men. Not one man's life was lost in this moment. Why? Well, because of David's faith. Not only that, it resulted in a double oath that extended Saul's family and name to future generations. In the same way, Jesus' faith in God extends salvation to all future generations, like Saul. We who were delusional sinners, blatantly rebellious to God in every way and deserving of God's vengeance, were redeemed by a sinless man who offered us saving grace and mercy through sacrifice so that we might know God's grace to all future generations. So today, consider the capacity of faith in God in your life to extend life rather than take it. Don't take matters into your own hands. Trust in God's hand and see the power of God's saving grace and mercy in every moment in your day. Extend grace because you've received the ultimate grace through him. I love you guys. I pray this has blessed you. If it has, share it with someone else, and I'll see you right back here again tomorrow.